What is up, you all? This is Hussein Nasser from iGeometry, and let us continue with our ArcGIS for JavaScript, the paging video. So, in the last episode, we presented the concept of paging. This is what we did, right? And it was obviously a lot of code to author, so we split these two episodes, like these episodes, into two parts. Maybe we'll finish, maybe we'll need more. I don't know. So yeah, so we did discuss paging, right? So you're familiar with it. So we have a huge amount of rows to display, and the best way to do it is actually to break them down into what we call pages. And yeah, so what we have here is a set of layers, and if you click on that, we determine how many pages based on a fixed number of page size that I think, hard coded here, default page size. All right, so next, what we're gonna do is when I click on these layers, I want to start flipping through these pages, right? So how do I do that? That's one question that we need to answer. So, but we need to understand how to do that in the REST endpoint to begin with in order to author code for it. Does that make sense? So let's go back to the REST endpoint here. So this is a sample REST endpoint. Here, I'm gonna put in the description so you can find it. So let's just go ahead and just put nowhere close, just give me everything. And I'm not sure if I did that before. So result record count, give me a page size of 10 records and start uh, from the first record. We do that and we start getting these pages, right? Getting exactly 10 records. So that's the first set, the first 10. So what if I want the next page? So you would start from the 11th record, essentially, right? And then give me another 10 page. And then, so that's basically the page number plus the size, right? So that page 1 plus 10 plus 1, I guess. So yeah, page number 1 plus 10. That's correct, yeah. Start over. So page 1, if it's the first page, you will basically start from 0 or 1. The second page, 11. The third page, you'll start from basically 22, right? Or 21, I'm sorry. Yeah. So yeah, you start from 21 and give me another page, and then you will reach basically the 30th page, and then and so on, right? The 31, 41. That's a fourth page. 51, fifth page. So how do you do that? Basically, you will essentially take the page number, multiply it by the record size, and plus 1. So if it's page 1, 1 times 10 is 10, plus 1, that's 11. If it's page 2, 2 times 10 is 20, 21, and so on. So that's how we basically get the next pages. Sounds good? I think it sounds great. So this is another thing, records offset. So where do you start? So let's go ahead and get the actual REST endpoint call here. Results offset. Ooh. All right. All right, let's go back to our code here. What do we have here, man? What do we have? Populate pages. What does this do? This actually populate the page. You give it the feature count and it will lay down these buttons, essentially. So I think we're gonna have few bugs, or one or two bugs, and we're gonna nail them as we uh, iron out the application. All right, so open attribute table, get count, give me the feature count, and then go populate the pages. And once you populate the pages, go and populate attribute table. This is actually what we need to check. Populate attribute table. Populate attribute table takes now. I'm sorry. It takes a layer ID. Of course, I need to query that. It takes a feature count. I'm not really sure why. Are we using that at all? Turns out we're not using it, so maybe we don't need it. Yeah, we'll keep it there, but I don't think we need that. We need the page. Which page are you in? And from the page, which is page 1, we will determine the offset using the page number. So what do we say? The result offset. So we need to send a new parameter to our query saying result offset is dun, 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 it's the page, is that right, times the default page size and +1. That give me the next page, so we don't get the last record twice. I think that's why, but I'm not 100% sure, so we're gonna find out eventually. So here's something interesting. The first page is page 1, right? So we start from page 1. Page 1 times 10 is 10. 10 plus 1 is 11. So we actually skipped 11 records here, or actually 10 records. So what we need to fix here is actually -1. Right? Because if it's page 1, then 1 minus 1 is 0. 0 times anything is 0 plus 1. So I'm starting from record 1, and that's the correct one. For page 2, it starts from 11. I think this is correct, but we're gonna find out. All right, let's go back. Populate attribute table. Who's calling this? Who's calling populate attribute table? Man, let's make this bigger. So if I call open attribute table, and this method, remember guys, this method is called as a result of pressing this. So this is always gonna fetch the first page by default, right? This is very critical. So we can effectively hard code a 1 here. See if our code is not broken. It is broken, guys. We broke something. We broke something. That's the ability of debugging, right? Look at that. Unexpected identifier. What did we do? What did we do, dude? I know what I did. I know what I did. I forgot a comma, didn't I? I forgot a comma. My JSON is all messed up. My JSON is all messed up, guys. Alright, view. Click on view. And now this is essentially fetching the first page. I think. I think this is the first page. Alright. I think we did the first part. Now, I need to add function calls to these puppies. Like, if I click here, fetch me page 1. If I click here, fetch me page 2. Fetch me page 3. And so on. How can we do that? Populate pages. So while I was building this buttons, right, I did not add any event to these buttons, and we can easily do that currently by simply doing page dot add event listener, click, and then when I add a click event, I want to call this guy, right? Let's see if we can do it. So basically it's a function. And now, guess what? Page attribute table, layer ID. Do I have the layer ID anywhere here? Oh man, I do not. So populate pages, that's something missing. We need the layer ID, sir. Where's the populate pages? Populate pages, populate pages, populate pages. There you go. Yeah, so see, once you start missing something, you have to start adding it, right? So populate pages, we need the layer ID, so we start passing it. Populate pages, layer ID. So how did I spell that, layer ID? Where is it, man? Populate pages, layer ID. So it's just layer ID, okay. Layer ID, I should start being more consistent. This should be capital, right? So it's a truly camel case. So this is not actually camel case, but yeah, all right. Oh well. So populate layer ID, what do you do? Take this, page. Can you guess which page am I in? I am literally on page I plus 1. And then, because that's the content of that button that I am populating. And the last one is actually the feature count, which is useless, really useless. I don't think we need that, but let's keep it for now. And just like that, I think, is that right? That's page 1. Oh, guys, look at that. Look at that. I think we're flipping through these pages. Look at that. That's right. That is so cool. That is so cool. Look at that. Page 1, page 2, page 3. It's refreshing, right? What is it doing? It's refreshing only that part. That's good. Yeah. Why is... I don't like this. Maybe the browser. But yeah, at least we're flipping through all the pages. Look at that. Page 16. Which has all this. Like, we flipped through all page 16. Now I think we're missing few records, maybe. I'm not sure. I can double check that. But this is the idea basically of paging, guys. So we just built a beautiful application, right? This is a viewer, essentially, a viewer of any service. And I'm gonna make this even more generic by allowing the user to select a service. So you can download this app and then point it to your instance of ArcGIS server and then have this beautiful view right there. Not only that, you can go through series 1 and pay episode 1 and see how did we build that from scratch, right? We only have the cool stuff here, guys. Only cool stuff. Oh, look at that. It's only 3 records, so it's only 1 page. How about that? All right, guys, I think we're gonna stop here. It's like a little short episode, so I think we did that. So we'll I want to do something about the highlight. Okay, I want to know that which button I am currently in, and I'm not sure how to do that. I think I'm gonna try something, but let's give it a shot. Let's give it a shot. All right. First, we go to W3 schools, and then we find CSS. How can we make a button bold? Font sizes bold. It's just a CSS bold button text. Yeah, So how do we make that bold? Oh man, what is he using classes and stuff? This is jQuery stuff. I don't want that. See, that's what I don't like, right? So simple things should be simple, really simple. Okay, so we need to find the button. Let's find that. CSS tables, CSS buttons, CSS text. What does that do? Maybe change the color. Okay, for simplicity, let's just change the color. See if that works. All right. So on click, if I clicked on you, give me an E so I can access the button. So e.target, target dot style dot color. I'm not really sure. I think it's font weight for the boldness, but let's try it. I'm not sure. How about that? Actually worked. Nice. Nice, but we have a big problem now. We have to reset all other buttons. Oh man, I don't want to do that. That's just stupid. Oh man. All right. Okay, maybe we'll do it. Ugh, really don't want to do that, but how can we do that? How can we reset everything to be bold, everything to be black, and then start only by making that one red? You know, guys, let's just do it. Why not? I know I said I'm gonna stop earlier, but you know. Alright, so reset pages. So we need an array first. Let pages, let's call it button pages. And then I'm assuming we're gonna add all these buttons here. Dot push page. So we have all the buttons someplace here, please. Yeah. Well, there are actually other ways to do that. Instead of adding it to an array, we can just search that div, but I don't want to take the risk. Maybe there are other elements there, so let's just have it more controlled. Pages, okay. What do we do is basically, let's show you how to do for each here. It's actually cool. Button pages dot for each b. That's a function. We'll give you, this will basically loop through all buttons that is in this array, and literally you just do that. Dot color equal black, right? And then I think we are done. I think we're done. How about that, guys? Let's try that. Yay! Yay, we did it. We did it. Maybe this is not the best approach, but it works. All right. Yeah. So that is how you, now I'm page 16. Now at least I know. Okay. I feel much better now, guys. All right, guys. We're going to stop here, and then I'm going to see you in the next one with some more cool stuff. Please subscribe, like this video if you do like it, and check out other videos in my channel. And I'm going to see you in the next one. Have a great day. Bye.